Hello everybody, welcome back to part 38 of the Trumpeter 1/200 scale Bismarck build with the Pontos detail set. We're closing in on the finish of the build now, and I've got about 3 weeks left to scale Model World down at Telford. I'll be taking the ship down to the show. And in this episode, what I want to concentrate on is fitting all the last bits of equipment. I've worked through the instructions, I've worked through the Pontos detail set, and I've got everything laid out ready to fit in this episode. It'll be a fairly short episode. I'll bring the camera over to this bench and we'll get an overhead view of the equipment going in. Then I'll do an episode which is concentrating on the final fit out of the railings to the edge of the deck and the waterways and so on, but the stuff that's well away from the centre, all the detail in the centre of the ship. And I'll be doing the rig as well, but I'm not going to be able to film doing the rig, so I'll show you the rig in the final reveal, which will be in 2 or 3 episodes time. So I'll get the camera set up for the overhead view and we'll get these last bits and pieces fitted. Okay, let's go. The first thing I'm going to do is fit the reels to the stern. I made these a couple of episodes ago now. Next we have these instruments, which are target givers, the like sights for the secondary armament. So these are fitted to the aft superstructure here, and also on the bridge. We'll do those in a moment. And these next ones are basically binoculars. And it's an interesting thing in the Trumpeter kit that these are actually short shot, or they were in my kit at least. So I've had to replace the actual sights with some 0.5mm brass tube. And whilst I'm fitting these parts, I'll do the bridge ones as well. These parts are replacement shelters for the bridge. You do get them in the Trumpeter kit, but they're not as fine as the Pontos ones. Some more rangefinders now. These ones are for the heavy anti-aircraft guns. Up onto the top of the bridge now. Back to the reels now, and we've got a couple that fit onto the forward bulkhead. These are really tricky. There's so little contact area for the glue. Whilst we're in the area of the funnel, we've got a couple more bits to fit on this platform. First is a horn, and this part, which I think is the whistle, or a whistle. You can see how these parts need to be fitted at this stage before the rig goes in, because most of the rig crosses over this area of the ship. So it'd be pretty difficult to get these parts in afterwards. So while we're in the midship area, I'll fit this, which is the hangar door, or one of the hangar doors. And this has had Pontos steps fitted to it, individual ladder rungs. And you've seen me do those before. It's just a case of drilling out using a Pontos template and then fitting the individual ladder rungs. Ahead of the hangar there's this platform which attaches to the funnel. So again, that's the basic trumpeter parts with some photo etch railings attached to it and a couple of photo etch ladders. This is a railing that goes just in front of the ship's bell. These fittings, tiny fittings, are for the catapult, and they go on the deployed side. the panels on the starboard side are closed up where the catapult is retracted. They look as though they're some sort of support for the floats on the Arado. But I'm not sure about that. You can see here I've got the Arado launch trolley on the catapult, and I've still got a little bit of work to do on the Arado, so I'll not fit it just yet. So moving all the way forward now, and there are some fittings next to the breakwaters, these tiny little trumpeter parts. And these were supports for the forward breakwater. Okay, so that's all those supports in, and it's little details like that that really do make a ship model pop, and it's worth spending the time on them, I think. Next up I'll fit the fair leads, which again are trumpeter parts. Okay, the last parts to fit are the bollards, and for this I'm going to have to drill out the holes in the trumpeter deck. These are the Pontos turned brass bollards, which are much easier to use than the plastic ones supplied in the trumpeter kit. The plastic bollards take a lot of cleaning up to get them to look smart. Okay, so I'm going to work around the side of the hull and do the rest of the bollards. There's quite a number of them to fit. But that really completes most of the detail parts that need to go on. Once I've done the rig, which I'll do over the next week, I can then finish off the outside of the ship by fitting the waterways and the outside railings. And that'll be it. That'll be the whole model completed and ready. I'm going to get a baseboard made and turn some pedestals for the ship. But hopefully the next episode you see will be the final look over the model before it goes down to Telford. I've also got quite a bit of work to do on a HK 132 scale dam buster, which I'm building for my local IPMS group's 617 build. That's again for Telford. So I've got quite a bit to do over the next 3 weeks. But that next update for the Bismarck will be the final video in the series. So I'll crack on, get that ready for you, and I'll bring that to you just as soon as it's ready. So thanks for watching this one, and hope you're looking forward to the final product. But in the meantime, look after yourselves everybody, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.